Hey guys, welcome to the Doctor Who Guide. I am super excited today. One of the things that I do out here on the Doctor Who Guide is I like to update you guys on sales that are happening. And so I'm super excited today because Big Finish is having a sale. I love it. Big Finish is an audio company that has been creating full cast, brilliantly written original Doctor Who audio since 1997. They are having a sale this weekend and I am super excited about it. Now I realize that unless you're watching this video right when it comes out, you probably miss the sale, which is why it's very important to me that I make this applicable for anybody. So I want to look at the different stories that are on sale today that Big Finish has and basically answer the question, why should you get this audiobook regardless of what the price is? But also I want to give you some tips on how you can catch or predict when the next Big Finish sale is going to happen, because it's more predictable than you might think. So without further ado, let's get started. The best box set that you can buy for Doctor Who. Hey guys, welcome back to the Doctor Who Guide, helping you grow your knowledge, your collection, and your connection with other Doctor Who fans. So if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, because we post guide videos, tips and tricks for expanding your collection, resource suggestions, and a bunch more stuff. So definitely consider subscribing if you're new here. Today we are looking at a wonderful thing though, and that is a Big Finish sale. So if you do happen to be too late to watch this video, I want to let you know that Big Finish has a lot of sales, and they actually happen more regularly than you think. My advice is always check back in with Big Finish every day in the news section of their website. It's on the homepage. Go to bigfinish.com. That's really cool that you can check out, a bunch of just updates that they post every single day. But my tip of the day is always check back in with Big Finish on Fridays, because that is when they have their sales. And I believe it's every other Friday. It's not every Friday, it's every other Friday. But no matter what, if it's Friday, just check in and never order anything on Thursdays, because you never know what's going to go on sale. Also around, if there are like birthdays of Doctor Who actors or just holidays around Christmas. Also, always try and know the original prices. Just write them down or take a print screen of them, just so you know how much you're saving. So finally, what is on sale? Let's check it out. It is Doctor Who The Early Adventures Series 1. If you don't know what Doctor Who The Early Adventures are, it says here an array of brand new 4-part stories set during the early days of Doctor Who, told through narration and a full cast of actors, including the surviving leads who reprise their original roles. The best way to describe them is a combination of the Companion Chronicles, which use narration, and then the Main Range Adventures, which are full cast audios. So I think something that will help a lot of us is to know that while there is some narration in these stories, there are full casts that are supporting these actors. The Early Adventures are a series of 4 stories per season that are released from the months of September all the way to December. They generally take a look at the different eras of each Doctor, and they basically use as many different companions as they have surviving actors for. And so you kind of get these different eras from each Doctor in these 4 stories. Each story is 4 parts, so it's about 2 hours long each. So like this story, the season 1 era story, and then the next one would be more season 2 because it's got Vicky. This one would be a season 3 story, and again another season 3. So it's kind of cool that they show you all eras of each Doctor. But the main character is the companions, so it'll be very interesting to see how they deal with the main actors of the Doctor not being there. First, we're going to look at what the stories are and why you should get into them, and then we're also going to look at what the different prices are and how you can take advantage of this sale. So first off, we have the first story here, Domain of the Voord, and you can just pause the video here and read the synopsis. I'm not going to read the synopsis because I don't want to spoil anything. Look at this cover. I'm so glad that they have the Voord back as characters in this story. If you don't know, the Voord also appear in the Keys of Marinus. So I definitely watched this in conjunction with this story because there's undoubtedly going to be some great references to. So you've got William Russell, of course, as Ian, and Carol Ann Ford as Susan. So that is awesome. And this is written by Andrew Smith. If you don't know, he wrote Full Circle, the 4th Doctor story from season 18. And he also wrote the Target novelization. He's written 2 main range stories. He's written a companion chronicle, some other stuff. Destiny of the Doctor. I've listened to Vengeance of the Stones, and that was quite a very well written story. You would probably know him from Classic Doctor's New Monsters. That's very big at the moment. He wrote the Sontaran Ordeal in that. So he obviously knows his Doctor Who because he's actually written for Doctor Who, but not for this Doctor. So that is very interesting and looks like it'll be good. Also, something I should mention is that each of these stories have individual episode titles, and I can't believe they did this because the first 27 or 28 stories of Doctor Who, every episode had an individual title, and it was something exclusive to the first Doctor's era. Everything else was just part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and an overarching story title. Not only do these have overarching stories, but they also have individual episode titles, which I think is absolutely amazing. I'll post the link that has all of the trailers. You can listen to that to get a better idea. The next story is The Doctor's Tale. Again, beautifully designed. Look at that coloring. Is awesome. And so this has, of course, Maureen O'Brien as Vicky, and again, William Russell as Ian. This looks like a historical one based on the fact that there's a castle. It's written by Marc Platt, and if we go and see Marc Platt's writing credits here, if you haven't been on the TARDIS Wikia, definitely go there. I've spent hours on this site. It is so well done. They are not a sponsor. I just want to give them a shout out because I absolutely love the site. So there was a picture up there of Marc Platt. He wrote Ghostlight. I didn't know that. He's written some Virgin New Adventures and Missing Adventures, so some books and short stories. He's also written a ton of main range Big Finish audios, from the 20th one right here, which is a 5th Doctor one, in which he also voiced a Taurus. That's crazy. Spare Parts, it was voted one of the top 2 Big Finish monthly Doctor Who stories. Some 8th Doctor adventures, other companion chronicles, so he kind of knows how this works. 2 stories from Doom Coalition. He's got quite a lot of good writing credits, so I would be surprised if this story isn't good. Also, comment down below, anybody who's heard these. Would you suggest these? Do you think the price is good? Would you suggest these regardless of the price? Let us know which ones are the best to buy. Moving on to The Bounty of Ceres. This is the 3rd story. Again, a beautiful cover. Looks like a story set in space. It's got, again, Maureen O'Brien and this time Peter Purves as Stephen Taylor. His voice sounds absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen him on Doctor Who, you've seen him on Blue Peter. He's the Peter from Blue Peter. That is just crazy. Let's check out Ian Potter, see what he's written. So it looks like he's written a bunch of short trips. He's written 4 companion chronicles, 2 of which I've listened to, and I can say that they are very good. And he's also done some sound design and music, so that is pretty awesome. Moving on to the final story that is on sale today, An Ordinary Life. So this story features Jean Marsh as Sarah Kingdom, which is just awesome to see more of her character. Also, it features Peter Purves as Stephen Taylor, so that is awesome. And another character who's going to be quite major based on his placement on the cover. Again, a beautifully designed cover. The cool thing about this is that during the Daleks Masterplan, I believe when this is set, the writers of the Daleks Masterplan originally wrote in this, 3-month break, or just a break, where they knew that other writers could have a stab at expanding the characters of this crew in the TARDIS, which I think is incredible. Normally you have to destroy continuity if a writer wants to write more of a character in Doctor Who, but they made it possible for us to have these adventures. And who would have thought, the show wasn't hugely popular back then, so how did they know? How did they know that we would be taking advantage of this? Again, this is a beautiful cover. I love it. So let's check out Matt Fitton. I'm sorry if I get really super excited, guys. If we look at Matt Fitton here, he's written a host of main range audio stories, mostly some 6th and 7th Doctor ones, so it's cool to see him taking a stab at the 1st Doctor. Most recently, A Life of Crime. He's written some stuff for Charlotte Pollard and Countermeasures, The Companion Chronicles, Lost Stories, 4th Doctor Adventures. He's also written 2 things for Doom Coalition and for The Diary of River Song and the 10th Doctor Adventures, which I'm sure a ton of you have. He wrote half of the stories in the Dark Eyes 4 box sets. I've heard nothing but praise for Dark Eyes. If you listen to them, then you definitely know his writing. I would be very surprised if this story was not good, so definitely check that out. The reason that this sale is so well planned is because Season 3 is starting soon. And every season they go back and forth between the 1st Doctor and the 2nd Doctor, but it's the 1st Doctor's turn again, and you have the Age of Endurance coming up. That looks pretty cool. So it's just a way that you can wet your whistle and get used to these stories, and then subscribe for the rest of season 3. And then you've got The Fifth Traveler. This looks awesome. It's got apparently a voice actor for Barbara, and then this guy who's apparently the Fifth Traveler. Either that or it's the monkey. Either way, that looks very interesting. Again, that would be from the season 2 era. This is got to be season 3 placement because it's got Vicky and Steven. This looks very interesting. I think it's, what is that, set in Spain. It's got some music in the background. And then this one is the one that I'm the most excited for because it's, again, set season 3 with Jean Marsh as Sarah Kingdom, but it's got the Centaurans, guys, with the First Doctor. Like, what? How? The First Doctor generally defeated things by wit, and the Centaurans are such a violent race. How are they going to do this? I'm just super excited for season 3. So you can subscribe for that after you've enjoyed season 1 of the First Doctor adventure. But now, if you are as excited as I am about actually finally buying this, then let's look at these stories. I'm sorry I don't have all of the UK prices, but if you go to your website, those prices will be there and you can figure it out there. Basically, the CD is always going to be more expensive than the download because you're getting a physical thing, and that will be shipped in the mail. You get free access to the download, and so you can listen to the CD as it's shipping in the mail. Basically, the CD and the download are like $10 and $6 each, and you can buy these separately if you like certain companions better. The sale is basically 50% off, so you can order these separately by clicking Add to Basket. My piece of advice would be to go for the bundles, and you do that by clicking on the bundle here, and you can see the options. $32 US or 24 pounds for the CDs, for all 4 CDs, and then $20 for the download, about 15 pounds. It's slightly cheaper to buy them as a bundle, so definitely if you're gonna buy all 4 of them, then definitely go for the bundle because it's cheaper. Also, if you want to subscribe for season 3, you can just press the subscribe button wherever you see it, and you will have access to subscribe to season 3, 4, and 5. And you can see that they're $40 for the download and $60 for the CDs, so about 45 pounds for the CDs and 30 pounds for the download. Okay, so this is the original news article that I published yesterday. I will make sure to post a link in the description for this. You can find the trailers and just what Big Finish has to say about each story, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, otherwise just go to the weekend special offers right on the homepage. Scroll down, click see all items released in this range, and then scroll all the way down. You'll be able to see the First Doctor, the 4 stories that are on sale, and click bundles, and you can buy them that way. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Definitely check out the comments because I'm sure there will be a lot of great advice. So definitely make sure you're subscribed so you can get updates like this and not miss a single thing. And be sure to tell me how much you enjoyed these stories. I would love to hear your opinion on this. I will see you in the next video, and until then, keep expanding your knowledge, your collection, and your connection with other Doctor Who fans. My name is Alex Patterson, and this has been the Doctor Who Guide.